So before we get into the topic of steroid abuse, let's talk about what actually are steroids. So although you may have heard of steroids, you may not know exactly what they are. So steroids are like synthetic drugs that mimic cortisol. Cortisol is produced in your adrenal glands, and it functions to control blood sugar levels and blood pressure. So keeping blood sugar regular and to help lower the inflammation in the body. So however, this hormone is also released in response to stress, and steroids can be taken orally as well as injected. So, and some common types of steroids, they include like Anadrol, Oxygen, I think I'm pronouncing this right, and Winstrol. So, the problem with steroid abuse is that you may have heard of bodybuilders or other athletes taking certain types of steroids to enhance their performance. However, this sometimes can get really out of hand and be quite dangerous to the body, in fact. So, steroid abuse can even result in early deaths for those that aren't even aware of the dangers that lie behind them. So, for starters, steroid abuse interrupts the regulated production of hormones in the body. So, when you keep injecting these steroids, production of other hormones that are actually natural and good for your body aren't actually getting produced regularly, causing this unhealthy body. So, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, in the female body, steroid abuse can cause harmful repercussions such as unwanted masculinization, so like excessive body growth or like a really deepened voice. So in males, excessive steroid abuse can even result in like infertility, testicular atrophy, I think, and like male pattern baldness. So how are these drugs abused in the first place? So often abusers of the steroids will do so in certain patterns such as the following. So cycling pattern, that's where multiple doses of steroids are taken individually over time and stop for a period of time and then restarted again once they're in the mood or ready to take the next batch of steroids. So the stacking pattern is where an individual takes 2 or more types of steroids through different methods, mixing the types of steroids together. So pyramiding pattern is where steroid dosages are slowly escalated over time, reaching a peak amount at mid-cycle and lowering near the cycle's end. Then it's stopped for a while the abuser trains, and then shorten with a heavier dosage. So, does steroid abuse truly affect people? It seems pretty rare to hear about it, but extreme sports like bodybuilding and, you know, other things like that, if you look at guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, these guys have been related to the use and abuse of steroids. So many people that participate in this have experienced extreme declines in their health at a really, really young age. And even as early, even early death can be a result of injecting all of these steroids. So numerous pro top-level bodybuilders and other athletes have died from heart attacks, cancers, or other organ failures of some kind, even before the age of 40. And that's really young to die of something like that. So, for example, like this famous NFL player, I think his name was Lyle Alzado, died in 1992 at the young age of 43 from brain cancer, which from a result of a steroid abuse and addiction that he got during a high school career. So, even from high school, he only made it to 43 years old before he ended up passing away, and he could have had a whole life ahead of him if he didn't take these steroids. So, that's basically the whole steroid abuse thing. They're not good. Don't take steroids.